Hello, America. Welcome back to another edition of Honest Tax Returns. This edition is called the Notice of Intent to Levy. This is a true story of Big Daddy, a West Virginian residing in Marion County, and it is presented to the American people on 20 April 2021. The IRS writes, "This is a notice of intent to levy your state tax refund or other property. Our records show you have unpaid taxes for the year ending in 20YY. If we don't receive the amount due within 30 days from the date of this notice, we may levy your property and apply it to the amount you owe." So Big Daddy responds and he writes, "Dear IRS Officer, this communication is a reply to IRS letter CP 504, Notice of Intent to Levy dated T+1057. Firstly, I will summarize our correspondence regarding amounts in controversy for the 20YY tax year. Secondly, I will restate my claim and explain why I disagree with the intended levy. Thirdly, I will explain why I believe the IRS is in error. Fourthly, I will provide options for us to cooperate and to resolve this controversy by enforcing the law with integrity and fairness. And finally, I will attach all needful documents, including IRS Form 3949A, information referral to report suspected tax law violations, such as fraud and false statements under 26 U.S.C. Chapter 75, Subchapter A, crimes." So, in part one, the procedural history, which lasts a couple of years, you can read through that yourself. But I do want to emphasize that Big Daddy was threatened with a $5,000 frivolous returns penalty by the IRS, which he wrote a request to withdraw and correct alleged purported tax return containing frivolous positions on a certain date. Please reference Honest Tax Returns Part 12, Frivolous Return Penalty. In any case, the amount due never changed. $5,000 was never added to his amount due, so I consider that a win. Continuing with a letter by Big Daddy, he writes, "In the year 20YY, I did not receive any federal income or gross income from whatever source derived. I certify that the 1040X dated T+247 is correct. Since I received no federal income, the tax on zero federal income is zero, and I demand the return of all property belonging to me, including the amount sent to you in error. In addition, since my tax burden on federal income is zero, I dispute the validity of the amount due immediately and the lawfulness of your intent to seize." In part 3, Big Daddy explained why he believed the IRS is in error. "To correct and resolve your misunderstandings, I must bring to your attention that Walmart Stores Inc. has erroneously or fraudulently issued Forms W-2 or 1099 Miss information returns claiming remuneration for services under Section 3041 and 6041A of the Internal Revenue Code when no such service was performed and no payments were ever made therefor. In short, the IRS is in error because it has relied upon erroneously or fraudulently issued information returns claiming a financial interest, transaction in service or property belonging to the United States when in fact no such financial interest or transaction existed." Part 4. Big Daddy writes, "I have provided Walmart Stores Inc. written notice of their errors with a request to correct or substantiate their positions with facts. If Walmart Stores Inc. does not correct their errors, or if they are unable to substantiate their positions with facts, and I am damaged by a wrongful levy or other action taken by the IRS, then I may have to bring civil action for damages for fraudulent filing of information returns under 26 U.S.C. 7434 against them. In the event that I bring suit in an action for damages against Walmart stores, then I shall request that the IRS be made a party. The IRS may have the option to join as a co-plaintiff as its mistakes are caused directly by its reliance upon erroneously or fraudulently issued information returns, or alternatively, a person who refuses to join as a plaintiff may be made either a defendant or, in a proper case, an involuntary plaintiff. Please reference Federal Rules of Civil Procedure number 19, Required Joinder of Parties. Part 5, Notice and Demand. Thank you for your notice. I demand that you immediately cease and desist from any further action or intent to seize and to return all property belonging to me, including the amount that I sent you in error. If you have questions, concerns, requests, offers, notices, or any other communication, I may be reached by mail at the above address. So he attaches Form 3949, which is the information referral to report suspected tax law violations, and maybe even Form 211, which is an application for a whistleblower reward in accordance with Section 7623 on behalf of Walmart Stores, Inc. for crimes under 26 U.S.C. Chapter 75, Subchapter A. Okay, Big Daddy signs and dates, and that's about it. Big Daddy presumes that the IRS is just doing their job, and that any mistake is merely the result of Walmart Store's erroneous, misguided, or fraudulent trespass in bearing false witness against him, and that to correct these errors, he must redirect the burden of proof against whom it was originally cast. Big Daddy further observes that while paying a tax not owed is feeding the mouth that bites, he must also avoid biting the hand that feeds. Thank you for watching. Please comment on how you think the IRS may respond, and stick around for results.